It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC North foes. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's all up next.
We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. With Greg Olson, Mike Tirico up here in the booth. So glad that you are along with us. Greg got a couple offenses here that love to take their shots down the field, so the defenses really have their task right in front of them if they want to win this game.
Yeah, no question. I think as many of the matchups that we've dove into this entire week, it really comes down to which defense puts a lid on the opposing passing game and prevents as many big plays as possible. We see it week in and week out. The correlation between generating big plays, especially through the air, directly leads to the ability to score points. So make teams go the long way. You know, the defensive old saying is make them snap it again.
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
We're looking at one of the most gifted quarterbacks in the league, and really, Mike, it's not just post-snap with the arm talent and the ability to make every throw, but it's even what he's able to do before the ball is snapped. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. Remember, coming off an injury-shortened season just a year ago, he's looking to prove he's still an elite quarterback in the NFL.
They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he gets this up close to the 40. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. He'll tuck it and take up, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Let's not forget, Mike, not too long ago, Russell Wilson was not only the face and one of the top superstars of the NFL, he was a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. So the talent and the resume, it's still there. He puts together one of those vintage performances we've seen throughout the years. This team's going to be hard to beat.
They'll come up on a second down and 8. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Working free downfield, it is Williams. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
The main goal for these quarterbacks when they're facing zone defense, Mike, is to identify the soft spots quickly. You need your guys to get open and stay open all before that defense has a chance to get home with their rush. They want to tie the coverage in with the rush unit. like you see here, when you can get good protection and your receivers can get open and find those open spots, you deliver the ball on time, there's a lot of room to operate.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Another run here with Harris. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. From the shotgun, Wilson. He puts it up, and it's caught. Mike Williams. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and through. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's to his tight end, Eric All. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Here's Brown. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
They bring Chase in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
3rd and long. Back to throw, Burrow. He'll air one out for Higgins. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
First and 10. Burrow to throw. He's got the hookup to Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. They go play action for Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Burrow here on 2nd down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Burrow. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Everybody on that sideline, when you find yourself in a goal-to-go situation, you're all thinking the same thing. You're getting 6. Well, next thing you know, you've given up 2 sacks on the previous 3 plays, and I think here on 4th down, I've lost all confidence in my protection, and I think you've got to settle for the 3.
4th down, and the Bengals will bring in Evan McPherson for the field goal try. This from 34 yards. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board. It's 7-3.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Austin brought in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Wilson. Open man downfield is Freiermuth. They get 24 on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, 2 things need to happen. 1, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
On the handoff, it's Harris. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete.
This looks so much better than Josh Rams. Maybe it's you.
It is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers go out to a 10-3 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. Just the lone field goal for them so far. Down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. Now, Burrow. He'll find Andre Yosibas. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Brown. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. There to make the stop, the All-Pro T.J. Watt. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. A run. Here's Harris. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Russ. He's going to keep it himself. And Wilson's been doing this a long time. He knows the drill. Slides to avoid the contact and picks up the 1st down. A gain there of 13 yards.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay. And
he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. It is Logan Wilson up to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Third and 9. Back to throw. Wilson. He'll try to run for it. And Wilson's been doing this a long time. He knows the drill. Slides to avoid the contact and picks up the first down. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on third down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Give up the middle to Harris. And he'll get about 5. Wilson. Now a screen set up for Harris. He'll get it inside the 20. He is in. Najee Harris. Touchdown Steelers. On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers move out in front by the score of 17-3. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to get back at him. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. They'll set up the screen to Brown. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers and secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gains.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. It's to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Here's their punter now, as he's on the punt for the second straight drop. The Steelers' offense and running back Najee Harris is getting set to take over once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Now Wilson on first down. Now a loose football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
One final throw before the break. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, we saw a strong performance out of the veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Steelers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll run. This is Jalen Warren. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Sam Hubbard, they're on the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They go play action with Wilson. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. 35 yards.
The offense is able to land a big blow there, and I think what happened defensively, Mike, is just everyone was not on the same page. And when you do that at this level, the good offenses, they're going to make you pay for it. They've got to clean up those mistakes, make the offense have to earn everything they get.
On first down, Wilson. He keeps it himself. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds Austin with the grab. Here's a 2nd and 6. Wilson. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. Geno Stone that time. All over him in coverage.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Third down, here's Wilson. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
The Bengals offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the ground, it's Brown. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
That's into the hands of Yosivas. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. They bring Chase in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow now to throw on first down. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Burrow. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but he has the first down inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the hole, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Line of scrimmage, the 7 for 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow. Now he's in. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bengals are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense, and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll give it to Harris again. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this 3rd quarter has come to an end.
$7. It's buyfridayplans.com. Once again, 9 tablets for just $7. It's buyfridayplans.com. What's on it? What's on it? What's on it? What's on it?
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Logan Wilson.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Bengals offense headed back to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They'll get 19 out of that play. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And he will score. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with 1st down. On the ground, this is Harris. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Harris. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. They send Fryermuth, the tight end, in motion. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got it at about the 8. And he's into the end zone. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
It's just back-breaking here. If you're the defense, you feel like you're in a really good spot. It's 3rd and pass. You understand what the offense likely has to do to convert the 1st down. They just don't do a great job of covering the receivers. And at the same point, let's give a lot of credit. Nice job by the quarterback working through his progression, getting to the right choice, and it pays off for a touchdown.
Boswell now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Steelers will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave a white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
The run here with Brown. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
At some point, the offensive line cannot just be dependent on the perfect play call. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to distort the defense and create some space for the running back to run. In this case, nobody could win. Stop for no gain.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. He's going to have the first down and more. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 53 yards.
Over the course of my career early on, there was a handful of guys that were downfield threats in the passing game, but they did a lot of stuff in the run game. They were really good extra pass protectors, and if you threw them the ball, they had very sure hands. But what we're seeing now is the ability to get deep and add layers into the secondary as a pass receiving threat, and not only do damage before they catch the ball.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. In this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Burrow to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
That's taken in to the goal line and in. Andre Yosibov. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes, and this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver's able to take it in for 6.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. We're all even. Fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. To the outside, catch made by Pickens. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. A pass taken in by Harris. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now Russ. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Austin brought in motion. They're going to go jet sweep on 3rd down. A good run there to the 34-yard line. That is a 1st down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll go with Harris. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They come up for 2nd and 2. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Here's Harris. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. Here's 1st down. Harris. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll run here. Now they get the timeout. Interesting situation. Do they kick it here or run the risk of getting in another play, possibly not getting it down in time? We'll see. So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to win the game. This kick is good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
And that's just got to be a great feeling over on that sideline, Mike. I mean, an excellent job by this offense to give yourself a chance to win it. And then this kick. I mean, what's left to be said? It was never in doubt, and it's going to lead this team to a victory.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, Burrow. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to do it. Their late comeback bid comes up short as time has expired in this game. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.
Transform your factory for the beautiful property of that planet. As a trusted leader in factory innovation, that planet is currently with Husky Pizza. A simple and quality consumer confidence for over 100 years. The performance selection of 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub to shower conversion, that planet makes your custom bath gas easy and affordable. Here's how it works. Step 1. How to schedule your free, no obligation consultation. Step 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. Step 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-918-2719. That's 800-918-2719. 800-918-2719. Before the offer ends.
Don't care. It changes everything. Sitting on some worked up, you just strung it out.
It was a short few minutes, probably the end. That's exactly what you look like when you